Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Toka 2. You know I had to drop a track for my boy. Yeah, man. Boys out here telling favors. On the hardest young nigga, nice. That's no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting no fights on the table. Calling that boxing since Kane versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was favorites. All the people shit feel like Muhammad Ali. Shut up, Bruce Gas. One day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down. We gon' smoke hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down. Take a hit out the Toka 2. Slipping hella shots. Feel like Tyson with the peak of little Glock by my side, but it hit just like the crew. Shut up, man. Chat real shit. That's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the pan. Straps my side, I ain't talking about no sin. Bruce passed me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Ayy, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. Feel like Bruce Gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you could never put my pain. You win and you lose, well, this the fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the stream, you gotta do it for the game. Said that on the stream, you gotta do it for the champ. I ain't undisputed. Yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
Hold on. That's my boy 151 doing that for me. Bruce Gas here, man. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Shout out to anybody who stopped in here over the live. I see the Bud Files, Graham Fishburne TV. Appreciate you stopping in here, man. I'm going to have Israel Mercado on here tonight, man. Israel just won the NABA, the North American Boxing Association, 140-pound title, and we're waiting for him to pop in there. But in the meantime, I don't know if where any of you cats live, but man, over here in Rhode Island, it was 100 degrees for the last 3 days. Today, the heat broke. I shut the air conditioners off. Last night's the first night in my life that I've ever slept in a house with an air conditioner on all night long. We have never done that at all. Last night it was just been a heat spell, like Africa kind of heat. Knock you right down. Totally devastating. But make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Stay hydrated. I'm taking my supplements. Yeah, I keep my supplements in here. The supplements and pharmaceuticals I take daily, so I don't mistake them. And it's pretty cool. And today is Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday PM. I click that little thing open, little mouse trap I got in there. See? Boing. And this is what I take every evening. I take 4 nutritional supplements. One is flaxseed oil, a gram of that. One is osteobiflex. It's got the swallow, the turmeric in there for the anti-inflammatories. I take 100 milligrams of 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C 2 or 3 times a day. And my cognitive and my brain supplements, so protein, so I don't lose my mind. Wash those down with some fresh water. A good rule of thumb is try to get an ounce of water every half pound you're carrying around with you. That's just easy to remember. How much water should I be drinking? Real easy to remember. Hey, my brother Miles Bailey's in here too, man. Miles is the advisor to Israel, and let's see if he comes in. Let's see how we're working on here. Ice cold coconut water, yeah, that's good, but plain old water is cheaper. And a couple of years ago, I made a little commitment to myself. I was going to try it. I've been doing it now, 2022, and nothing but water. Anyway, here's my brother, the boxing aficionado, Miles Bailey. Miles, is your system working okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Yeah, I'm yeah, like I said, I got a lot of things going on with Israel, with Michael Hunter, Siobhan Steelwell, and my other up-and-coming Demetrius Long, Wavy. He's supposed to fight this week, but he got to push back. But he'll be in Vegas for his debut. So I want to give him a shout-out, 147. But Israel's the man of the hour now, so I want to give him a shine when he comes on.
let's bring up some of those fighters. I can pull up their record and check them out. What are some of the other fighters you're advising right now?
Siobhan Steelwell, he's 5-0 with 4 knockouts.
How will we spell that?
Shavon, Siobhan Steelwell.
STE
Still Steelwell, WILL Steelwell, Siobhan.
All right, let's see what I come up with. Siobhan Steelwell. Here we go, man. Let's bring it up.
He's 5-0 with 4 knockouts.
We're gonna use the magic of YouTube over here. The magic of sharing. Oh, I think. Wait a minute here. I think I have. I got a phone call. I bet this is Israel. He's probably having a tough time getting on.
Yeah, it's Israel.
Hang on. What's up, brother? You're in the room. I don't see you, man. I think you might be in the wrong room. Okay, on your phone or email? Wow, me and Miles are on live right now. So all right, I'll do that. Hang loose, brother. Let's see if we can get you in here. All right, that was Israel. I sent him a text to get in here earlier, and he says he's in here in the back, but he's not. I don't see him, so I'm going to send it to him again.
See, hey, Bruce, you showed me how to master this now. Remember before I used to have all kind of problems?
Yep.
But I like to keep my man Mike, because Mike is the man of the hour too, because Mike's about to get a title shot. He's got 2 fights coming up. He's going to fight Pulev, and he's going to fight Wardley, and then he's going to fight Alexander Usyk for $100 million.
Really?
That's why
Miles, hang on. I'm trying to send this. Keep talking to everybody. Let people know what's going on, man. I'm trying to.
We're doing some big with the bounty hunter. See, everybody's been ducking him. Nobody wants to fight him because, like I tell everybody, he's Einstein in the ring. He's the kind of guy nobody wants to fight and nobody can beat. Not because he's invincible. He's just a genius in the ring. That's why he's 25-1 with 17 knockouts. You saw what he did to Bacoli. And Usyk his only loss is because he had to fight him at cruiserweight about 8-9 years ago. But we're going to avenge that loss because Lewinsky was in the White House putting the belt in Trump's face. So Trump, we're going to get some redemption now. But back to Steelwell. I talked to Steelwell today. He was supposed to fight July 3rd, but
Here we go.
So
Don't need. I'll decline. Here we go. The magic.
Yeah, we see you, Israel.
We hear you. We see you. You're right. Your microphone's on mute. Your microphone's on mute.
I'm gonna let you take over the show when you get on.
No.
All right. What's going on?
Hey, glad you made it, brother. Rascalot's in here.
Here we go. We're back on topic. Let's do this. All righty. What's going on, brothers? Here, let me get this angle right. How y'all gentlemen doing?
We great.
Hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. Yeah, my camera's kind of screwed up too. I'm trying to straighten it out a little bit. Anyway, man, I'm from the old days. All this technical stuff, it's way beyond my pay grade, you know.
You're doing all right, man. You're doing all right.
We're trying. But hey, Israel, man, it's good to have you in here, man. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. You're in here. You got a belt. Let's talk about that. First of all, man, shame on me. Let's introduce you to him here, man. First of all, we got Miles. We all know Miles. Miles is a regular on the show, but we got Israel Mercado here, man. Israel's a professional fighter. He's been fighting for 8 years. He just won the North American Boxing Association 140-pound title. He went into the other man's backyard, and
Yes,
he went to Philadelphia. And he called me up yesterday. He wanted to come on and do another show, and I'm honored to have him on here, man. And shout out to the champ over here, man. Israeli Mercado. Shout out to you, brother. What's up?
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Just fresh off this win. First and foremost, I want to thank you for having me on the platform. Once again, Miles Bailey, that's my man's right there. Bruce Gas, great people, man. And I love to chop it up boxing with you guys because you guys really know your stuff. And so I'm fresh off this win, and if came to this guy's backyard. I got the WBA NABA title, so that positions me to a very good opportunity coming up here soon.
And this was, I haven't seen the fight. I've been trying to find it. Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. And you're gonna enjoy that one, man. So you're gonna enjoy that one. So make sure you got some of that gas, and you sit back and you enjoy that one, man, because that one's a barn burner.
I mean, I'm looking at the scores. That was a razor thin decision, and you're in the other guy's backyard. So, bro, you must have been a little leery till that referee said, "And the new."
Oh yeah, no, you know what? There was no doubt in my mind that I won that fight. Those cards were very iffy. I won that fight unanimously. They gave me a majority decision. Every time somebody give you a majority decision, it's a clear indicator that they're trying to rob your ass. So, everybody except for the dude and these guys in Philly seeing it that way. But, everybody on TV, the people that know boxing, they seen that fight and they know that I won that as clear as day. And they tried their best. They tried their best to take it to overtime. Overtime boxing, they go one more round if the fight's declared a draw. But I didn't allow it for it to go that way. But I was up for the next round, but I won that fight clear as day, and it shouldn't have been no majority decision. It was a unanimous decision. And the guy, that's pretty much what it is. It was just that type of fight, that type of deal. So for me to win in his backyard, and take his belt, it had to be pretty convincing.
Yeah, and you guys were pretty much ranked side by side in the algorithms on BoxRec. I mean, it was a 50-50 fight on paper. But were you leery about going to Philadelphia and going from California down to Philadelphia? Because Philadelphia, man, if they don't like you, bro, I mean, you're gonna have two fights on your hands. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you know what? And I was ready for that. But I'm a real one. I don't worry about anywhere I go. I can go anywhere, and I'm gonna do my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my stuff. But I had that in my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out there. They're gonna boo me, which they did. The scorecards might be tight, which it was. And then coming in there in the weigh-ins, the guy was acting like super tough, all this stuff. But I saw right through that. He wasn't a tough guy. Like I've been in many face-offs before, and I've been in Philly before. I fought in Philly before for the Olympic qualifier as an amateur, and I won 5 days in a row. So I had that experience winning in Philly. So I felt very confident going over there, man. And right now I have a little hashtag going around town. They're calling me the Philly killer. That I didn't come up with that one, man. All right, so when I go to Philly, man, don't shoot my ass. I already got shot once before. I don't want to get shot again. So they calling me the Philly killer, man, and I upset it. Stephen Fulton from Philly. I fought some other guy from Philly up there at the Olympic trials, so I got good experience up there. So I was confident. Like I said before, I'm used to going to enemy territory. That's nothing for me.
That's what they called Marvin Hagler too, and Marvin Hagler went to Philadelphia. And Benny Briscoe, Willie the Worm Monroe, Bobby Boogaloo Watts. The Hall of Fame right there, man. Philadelphia. You go in that place. You want to say a prayer to take a little bow because you can feel that. You can feel the spirits in Philadelphia.
And that's exactly what I did before entering the ring. That's exactly what I did.
Oh, hey, that's another thing I want to ask you, man. You're fighting like an animal. You're fighting 3 times so far this year.
Oh, yeah.
And you're in eighth year of fighting. Most guys, they'll do that maybe in their first year or two. But you're already a seasoned veteran. And you're fighting like a hungry pup over here, man. What's with all the fights, man?
Well, that's just what it is. I'm a hungry guy, and I'm a real throwback type of fighter. And not only that, but I don't have I don't have a manager. I never had an investor. I never had a promoter. None of that. You know, I just had real guys in the game like Miles Beatty, like other guys that they kind of put their 2 cents into things, and it's just kind of, hey, whoa, kind of think about things. But at the end of the day, I'm the man to have the final decision. I'm my own boss, and I do what I want to do, man. These guys are not gonna push me or trying to bully me into shit, because before in the past in California, we had a couple scoring managers and promoters that were trying to blackball me at one moment until I had my breakthrough. Then now they have no control over that. So I'm on the up and up, and I'm not looking back. I'm looking up. So that's all that matters.
You were on the short end of some decisions. You got some draws earlier in your career. Two draws. I know the draw with Rubakalov. I know you want to avenge that fight. We talked about that last time. You still looking to fight Rubakalov again?
No, I'm over it. I'm over it now. At first I wanted it because winning that fight, that gets my stock up. Gets my stock up. I get paid more. I get more attention. But now, it didn't circumvent that fight. So I'm not gonna go back and try to go backwards. I'm trying to go forward, and I'm ready to fight a champion now. So I think that fight, as far as it just doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me. I just want to look forward, and I want to fight a guy in the top 10 or a former world champion, so I can show my skills. And not prove myself, because honestly, I don't gotta prove nothing to nobody, bro. The only thing I gotta prove something to is myself, because every performance they're gonna nitpick anything. That's how the boxing is, Hey, this fight, he didn't. It looked like he had much power. Okay, but you have too much power and you have enough speed. You have too much speed and not worry about defense. So you can't really worry about what these people are gonna say, because at the end of the day, they're the fans. That's the people that support us. But at the end of the day, you gotta focus on yourself.
Now that you got the NABA belt, it's recognized by the World Boxing Association too. So I mean, it's a minor belt, but it's a nice bargaining trinket. You think that's going to maybe get you? Because 140-pound division, that's a money division. There's some monsters in that division. Newcomers, veterans. I mean, shit, you can't go wrong. Any of these guys.
Yeah, well, I think I'm the monster in that division. I think I'm the person that they don't want to see, because that's why they want to downplay me. And when it comes to making this big fight happen, that's what they're gonna say. Oh, who knows this guy? La da da. But you know what it is? It's just a fight that's not stylistically right for these guys. So they might want to use that as an excuse. Mark my word. Listen to what I'm saying right now. They use that as an excuse to fight me. So once that does circumvent and it comes around, I'm gonna do my best to get those fights, and I'm gonna chase it. I'm not gonna stop until I get the big fights. They can say
and you've been in the ring with some of the best in that division. You've sparred with Tio, you sparred with Otto Barboza. I mean, you think they might be afraid of you? You think because they know what you're capable of?
Of course.
They look at you as like, what is this fucking guy still around here for, man? We don't,
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna choose to ignore me, like I said. Stylistically, they're not gonna like that fight. In my intensity level, you can see my intensity level each round that I come in with more intensity. At the end of the fight, man, I got more energy than these guys. These guys are dead, and they're in their 20s, man. I just turned 30, May 18th. You know what I'm saying? So I just turned 30 May 18th, and these guys, these 20-year-olds, these so-called guys, they're supposed to whoop me, right? How come they're on their stool breathing hard as fuck? I don't know. So I mean, you can do the math. Do the math, man. So I'm out here. I think this is prime time for me, and this is strap season, and I'm going for more belts, man. That's all that matters.
I see another Mercado in the 140-pound division, and that's though. Any relation to you?
Of course, man. Come on, man. You just better get in the news. That's my nephew.
Your nephew.
Yes, sir. My nephew, man. Over this division, we're gonna make history. 2 world champions in 1 division.
All right, man. All right. And who do you think's the best out there at 140 right now?
My nephew.
No.
That's all I care about. Anybody else, their style, I'm not fucking with it. It's just tailor-made shit. The matchmaking, perfect matchmaking. That's all I can tell you.
And sparring with all these guys, have you gotten some of their numbers where, I mean, you're in there with Barboza, with Tio, with some of
Barboza's the lowest guy you mentioned of the whole bunch. I'm not too big on that guy. And I'm not really too big on that guy. It's boring ass fights. I don't know. I just don't really think much of him. But you know what? Now I spar other guys, bunch of guys, but sparring is just sparring. It really don't matter unless I get them in the ring. So that's all that really matters to me.
And how do these guys get lucky and get these big fights?
It's just consistency, consistency. Some guys do get lucky, some guys do. I'm not knocking his work ethic or whatever he's doing in boxing, because obviously he's done something right. But at the end of the day, when he faces me, I'm gonna tap that ass, man. But look, check it out, man. Bruce Cass. I got Seattle Rick. He says, "What's up?"
Oh, shout out to my brother Seattle Rick, man. That's my boy out there, man. Shout out.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you got your belt? You got your belt? You can show us?
Hey, man. I wish, man. I'm waiting for the belt. They're taking a long time engraving everything, so they're gonna send it to me in the mail, man. So we'll see.
All right, man.
Wait.
We'll get it on there. And so has life changed for you? Because you got to be a full-time fighter now with all these fights you're having this year. You can't be working a 9 to 5 anymore.
No. You know what, man? I did my stuff as a personal trainer. I kind of made a name for myself out here as a trainer as well. So I'm always able to kind of keep my head in the gym. And, it's went pretty well for me, but now with these fights coming up and with all the support and all the buzz going on, it's a lot easier for me to do what I do, man. And it's a blessing. This is like a dream come true.
Are you watching any of these big fights that everybody's talking about coming up in the near future? Like, for instance, Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I watch all fights, man. I watch all fights that I can. Sometimes I miss one or two, just life happens. But for the most part, I'm a boxing fan first, so I watch all the fights. I'm not gonna cap like a lot of these fighters going, "Oh, I don't watch these boxers. I just watch myself. I just like going to the gym." That's bullshit. That's probably why they still suck. So I watch every single fight, because that's my job. That's what I do. I love boxing, so I watch every single fight. So I'm excited for that one, Canelo Crawford.
You think a smaller man moving up to fight Canelo is going to be a big order to fill?
Yeah, of course. But he's doing it for a reason. For number one, the bread.
50 million reasons.
Yeah. How much you said? 50 million?
That's what I heard today. I heard he's getting 50 and Canelo's getting 150. I read this on YouTube today from, I thought, a reliable source, but.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Yeah, that's crazy. See, that's life-changing money right there. That's some generational stuff right there. So, yeah, you know what? The money is the number one motivation there, but at the end of the day, Crawford's such a incredible athlete, a fighter, that I think that he doesn't think about losing. He's thinking about winning. So if he's not gonna take a fight that he thinks he's gonna lose, you know what I mean? And then Canelo, of course, he's a legend himself as well. So we gotta respect that. So I think at 168, Canelo holds the advantage because he's been there longer. But like I said, this is boxing. And anything you can't count him out. So but at the end of the day, right now I got my money on Canelo, just based off of the facts. But you can't count him out.
Have you ever fought bigger guys?
All the time.
And how's Bud gonna beat a bigger guy? Because both of these guys, Bud's like a freaking.
Yeah, like for instance, this last guy I just fought, Pizarro. He was he's like a little bit taller than me, but in the ring you could tell this guy was not anything less than 160. I walk around maybe like 154, 153. I hydrated up to like 155. These guys are hydrating up to 160 plus. So I could tell you that when you fight those guys, yeah, they're bigger, but they're gonna slow down, especially if you know what you're doing and then you touch them to the body, and you get some air out of them tires. You can definitely slow them down. Sometimes it can work against them. So if you're thinking you're gonna gain a bunch of weight, but these guys have so much experience. They have experienced trainers, nutritionists, and people that help you go through the weight cut process and all that junk. So that's gonna be the difference in the fight.
Everybody's waiting for that one. Gary Fishburne out there he's been listening to the whole interview. He wants a rematch. with Berezhnev.
Oh yeah.
Berezhnev,
And you know
the
what?
guy that gave you only L.
Oh, of course, yeah, man. You need to watch. I mean, if you just watch the highlights, that doesn't tell the whole story. You know, every fight that was a majority decision too. And I already told Eric in the beginning of this interview. I said what majority decision means. It's BS. So, in my opinion, I thought I won that fight. The very least, it should have been a draw. But every time I went on Matchroom, I always get played on some bullshit decisions. As a matter of fact, Matchroom, you still owe me a little bit of money, man. So send me that check, please. I'm waiting on that still. So yeah, you know that guy. I'm not really too keen on that guy. He's been on ever since he fought me. He's been on a downslope, fighting guys that are no good, and he still can't perform right. You know, so I'm not really worried about that guy unless they give me the opportunity. Then I'm gonna tax that ass too.
I mean, he's still undefeated, and that was when did you fight him? You fought him in
2021.
2021, and he's still undefeated, and he's ranked in the top 10 on the algorithms in Box Rec. So that would be a nice little
I don't think they want that. Oh, he had 101 excuses after the fight. How are you gonna have an excuse when you won? You won the fight. Just take the win and just shut up. So this guy had a bunch of excuses, and the level competition. And mind you, he got dropped from Matchroom. He looked so bad. Matchroom didn't even want to sign his ass again. So I mean, if he's in a prominent promotion to where he's fighting good, then that's gonna benefit me. Then I'll fight that guy. But like I said, I humbled this guy. He was so cocky coming into the fight, and he didn't look like a beast against me. He didn't. So I mean, if you're just watching highlights, that's just a Matchroom highlight. Go on Google or whatever, watch the whole fight, then make an opinion. But shout out to what's your friend's name?
That was Graham Fishburne TV.
Graham Fishburne. I appreciate that. That'll be a great fight. Appreciate that comment.
And shout out to my brother, the boxing kangaroo from Australia.
Shout out, boxing kangaroo. Shout out to Australia.
And he's got Liam Power over there. That's his man.
Oh, nice. Yeah, man. He just fought today, right? Or yesterday?
I don't know.
He fought this guy in Navarro. I know their family pretty well. They're a family of boxers, kind of like my family. But they've been in the game for a minute, and I know Navarro has suffered a couple of injuries. So shouts out to him and his whole family. And stay in there, champ. You got this.
Yeah, he fought on the 6th of the 25th. Yeah, he just fought Navarro. Yeah, man, that fight was it went right over my head. It was like today, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. The time difference right there, man, makes a big difference.
Yeah, these times are crazy, man. They got the fights in Saudi. They had Canelo Alvarez fighting at 6:00 in the morning Saudi time, so it could be on at our time on prime time in America, and so when they're saying it was a dull fight now. What do you think of Turki Al-Ashiki making this mandate? Doesn't want fighters running anymore. He wants no more Tom and Jerry's. He wants bangers in there. That's just what he said.
Oh, man. You know what? I give him my bad. I'm sorry. I give him well, after watching that fluke of a show, you can't blame the man. Because this guy's barely coming into boxing. That show was very entertaining. I sparred Devin Haney before. I think I sparred him in March this year, right? And so after watching the fight and then after sparring him, when I first sparred, I sparred him in Wildcard, Freddie Rose gym, right? And this guy, he didn't know who I was, so he came in super aggressive, just fighting like a fighter, like he was looking like Tyson. I'm like, bro, Devin Haney's fighting like Tyson. Okay, whatever. He came aggressive, and I caught him on the counter. Kind of wobbled him a little bit, and then after that, he was just running. That's when they had the first press conference here in LA. So I'm like, okay, these guys are pretty smart. They're just working on defense. They're not letting their pride get to them, right? So then, when I watch the fight, the exact same thing.
Wow,
dude, this is like the exact same thing. I'm like, no, man, that has no room. You have no room for that in boxing, man, because there's one thing where you're moving using the ring, and there's one thing when you're like running around the ring, and then the opponent they put on him, Jose Ramirez, a guy that's on his way out. This guy didn't cut the ring at all. He's very like, it's just past his prime. So it just made for an ugly fight. Ryan didn't show up. Basically with that whole year off and all that crazy antics he was doing was no good. Teofimo Lopez fought Barboza. Barboza didn't pull the trigger. Well, we all know that he's not a power puncher like that, but he just didn't deliver. Like, you just weren't hungry. Like, this is your first world title match, bro. Like, I'm either gonna win or I'm gonna die in the ring. Like, that's my mentality. If I don't win, bro, then I'm gonna die right here in that ring. So he didn't show that hunger. He didn't show that hunger. And then as far as Teofimo, yeah, he looked good. He looked explosive. He looked nice. But he just conjured around doing all this stuff. I'm like, bro, you need to go audition for a music video or something, dude, because you're just bullshitting too. Like, okay, you did good, you won the fight, but come on, man, stop fucking around. Fucking beat his ass. It's like, come on, man, so and then who else fought that day? Remind me.
Ryan Garcia.
Right. And then
Ryan Garcia by Rolly.
Right. And then Rolly did what he had to do. Just right, and it looks like Rolly just kind of had his number because it looked like the sparring they did, So, and this guy Ryan just was off for a whole year, and just was going through his whole all his trauma, he's all his crybaby shit, all that bullshit.
Yeah, he's saying it again now. He said he's an alcoholic. He was an alcoholic through training
We
camp.
knew that shit already. Who gives a fuck? We knew that shit already.
Marvin Hagler used to drink and party all, when he was away from camp. But when he came to camp, he was a monk. You didn't put nothing in front of him. You know what I'm saying, bro? You're in there to pay your dues and get ready for entertain people. The biggest opportunity of your life. That's the difference between a professional and fighters today, man. You got so many beta males out there, the head cases.
Just weak motherfuckers. But look, listen, man. If you offer me a fight, right, Turkey Lashiki, if you're listening, Turkey Lashiki, I promise you, I'm gonna deliver the fights. And when I fought Brandon Pizarro, like he acted so tough and stuff, man. But guess what, man? He ran around the whole fucking fight. Then afterwards, he wants to ask for a rematch. So I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to say? No. I'm like, dog, I told him I'll rematch you right now. Let's get your shit. Let's go to the gym right now. We're gonna spar, but we're gonna spar bare fist. Fuck that shit. Yeah, like what's up with that? Like, dude, you didn't win no round. You need to watch that fight, and then you gotta tell me your feedback on that. But yeah, and then it's like, dude, like, no, man. I went to your hometown, I took your fucking belt, it's over with. I gotta fight somebody else.
Man, I'll tell you, it's good having Miles advising you. Miles knows a lot of people in the game. Miles can eliminate a lot of the bullshit that somebody like you would by yourself has to deal with, man. Like I said, Miles has just got more connections. He knows everybody out there. He knows them on a not a picture with him. Miles is in the game.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? And some fights right now that I want, man, it's like this, man. I want to fight Pitbull Cruz or that guy Rayo. You know what I'm talking about? Jose Valenzuela, the one that beat the dude that had beat the one that beat Pitbull for the belt. So I'm gonna fight either him, Pitbull Cruz, Rayo. There's a lot of 140s, man.
Oh man, there's that division is stacked. You can't go wrong. You just got to get the break in there, man, for one of those guys. And let them know that there's a new sheriff in town. Take some names.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? And right now, yeah, there's a lot of fights out there, brother. So I'm very excited to see what the future holds. I got 2 more fights with OTX. So right now, I think they have another show coming up. So I'm waiting for that to wrap up. For that show to happen, and then from there, I want to challenge some of these names, man.
All right, and yeah, you obviously all the fights you've had this year, you must be never getting out of shape. You're in shape 24/7. I mean, you waiting for that phone to ring, waiting for that opportunity.
100%. Waiting for the opportunity. I'm always staying in shape. My life is working out, man, in the gym. Always, man. I've had 6-pack abs for like 30 years straight, man. 10 years, 20 years straight, man. I'm always in shape. I'm always working out. I'm always, doing some type of activity, man. But at the end of the day, um, I gotta focus on these big fights now. I can't look back. I'm not thinking about any rematch with the dude Rubalcaba or this clown motherfucker Pizarro. That fool is tripping. He's out of his mind. I'm looking forward.
Getting ready for one of these top 10 fighters, man. Somebody
Yeah,
with a name on your record. Get some notches on that gun, man.
yeah.
Get a world title fight.
Hmm. Yeah, you know what? Paro's a good fight too. I would want to fight Paro, Richardson Hitchens for the belt, or Gary Russell for the belt. That's what I really want. So,
Mm.
or Teofimo, I think he has a belt too. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, Richardson Hitchens, Paro, the other guy Puello, that guy's a beast too. I'll fight him. All these guys I just mentioned, they're all good fighters within their own right. But I believe in myself so much. I'm so slept on. No, I'm so slept on that these guys are. Once I get the
Let these guys know, because this is YouTube. They're watching out there, man. They're listening. They hear you mention their name. They get tuned right in. So let them know.
they're not gonna know what hit them, man. Like just like every single fight. Oh wow, this guy's coming out. Okay, man. Well, there's still more where that came from. Like I'm just every single fight, I'm showing something different. In the Robocop fight, I showed that I can be smart. I showed that I can be gritty. In the fight I just had after that, I showed that I can be patient. I can go rounds. In this Pizarro fight, I showed that I'm stalking my prey. I'm going after that fight, and that if I see a lot of guys out there criticizing, stuff like that. Well, you know what? If it feels easy, then these guys will just run right through me, right? They'll just bulldoze me, right? That's not happening. So we'll see what happens.
Now, you come from a whole family of boxers, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
brothers, your fathers, everybody.
Yeah, my father wasn't a fighter, but he was a major fan. He supported us, when we were kids. My brother was a fighter. My nephews are fighters. I got another nephew right now, Jesus Melendres. He's a beast, man. He's a jiu-jitsu master. So, we're doing that.
And who are the guys you started watching that gave you the spark? Oscar De La Hoya. Uh,
Shane Mosley. I like guys like Shane Mosley, Roy Jones. Because I'm from Pomona myself. So Shane Mosley from Pomona. What's this, man? We got we got a little emoji up there. It's funny, but yeah, man. Shane Mosley, stuff like that, and yeah, fighters like that. Doing this, Floyd. Man, I love Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd when he was coming up, man. Wow. So that really motivated me. It gave me the spark, and as a kid, I would watch these guys on TV, and I would visualize myself, there, walking out to an arena, man, full packed with people, man, fighting for that world title. So it's all about vision, man. It's all about visualizing it and manifestation.
all right, man. One of my friends, Leon Mohammed. He's one of my idols in boxing. I talk to him all the time. And he tells me a fighter is only as good as his corner. What do you think of that statement?
That's a good one, man. That's a good one because in order for like in order for you to do what you do, you have to have respect for that corner. Like one thing about myself, like when I fight, or even in sparring, whatever, my coach tells me to do something, I'll fucking go and I'll do it. Hey, hit him with a jab, jab, uppercut. Like, yeah, tell me what the fuck to do. I'm gonna do it. So coaches are very always pleased, like with my work, my work ethic, and as far as like the following instructions. I pride myself a lot on following my coach's instructions, and so yeah, I'm a big believer in that as well.
Good, man, good. Any advice you want to give any fighters out there who are getting in the game that maybe mistakes that you might have made earlier in your career that they don't have to make,
Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Stop paying attention. Somebody, your auntie, your uncle, your own family. They can not believe in you, but you know what? You gotta believe in yourself. You have to have a vision. Stay clean. Always focus on being a better fighter. Like study, study. Don't be that guy that's right there like, oh, I don't watch other fight. Like, shut up, that's bullshit. That's why. That's like I said. That's why you suck. You gotta go out there and you do what you gotta do. Just like it's like studying for a test, man. If you don't study for your test, you're gonna fail. So study your opponent, man. Study yourself. Um, push your body to the limit, but don't overdo it. Just do just enough. Get rest, prioritize rest. Put God first, have faith, and work hard.
Can't say it any better than that, my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on here, man, once again. And all I can say is, man, good luck. We're gonna keep our eye on you. And if I can maybe show some of these fights on here, let people know what you're doing. Maybe show that last fight, winning that title. And hey, thank you for coming on here, Miles, brother. Thank you for
we're gonna get him a title shot soon. We're working on some big things right now.
Sir, man.
Get to the lab and find out who he wants to fight and put him in the right fit, and also put those big digits in his pocket. That's the key. You don't want to sit there for nothing. We'll get him 6-7 figures so he can take care of his family and live a nice, comfortable life.
100%, man. And you know what? You know, you couldn't have said it any better. So, you know, before I go, man, I want to give you guys a thanks. Bruce Gas, thank you so much. Miles Bailey, thank you so much. I want to thank my sponsors, man. Areola Trucking. I want to thank my guys, Aces Fades, Barbershop, you know, Ragosa Landscaping, First Class Carriers, and then my Air-Rap homies out in San Bernardino, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and we're going to keep going forward. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you,
All
man.
right, brother.
We're gonna get Israel on the undercard with Mike Hunter when he fights for the title, so he can get right on the undercard.
I'm about to put Michael Hunter in my undercard, man. So we'll see.
That's fine. We'll take it because we all family.
All right,
It's one
brother.
big family. Let's get this.
All right,
All right,
brother.
Bruce. You heard it from
Yes,
the boxing aficionado and
All
my
right,
man,
Appreciate
the
it.
advisor for Israel. Bad news, Mercado. Bad ways.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir, man. We'll
Peace
stay
and
in touch,
love.
my man.
Salute.
We'll stay in touch, man.
All right.
Salute, man. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for coming in here, man. Stay cool.